Okay, I'm very excited today. Could you tell people who you are?
My name is Kristine McPherson. I'm 34 years old, and my husband is the organizer of the Redefine Project.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I know a lot about you, so it's hard to ask questions, but we'll start with easy ones. The word hope. When I say the word hope, what does that mean?
To me, hope is a form of faith. If you don't have faith, you can't live with hope.
Okay. And what does the Redefine Project mean to you personally?
I have been redefined through my walk in my life with Christ. And so this gives me the opportunity to show other people that they too can be redefined.
If I could go back to the word, you used the word you've been redefined. What does that mean to a person to be redefined?
Transitioning from living one way to another or acting one way to another, any type of change or transition in their life, getting from a new chapter in life to a different chapter in life.
So is that something, you said you've been redefined, so it's something that you did or on your own?
Not on my own, through the people that have come into my life, through my relationship with God, changing over the past few years in my life, has transitioned me into, I feel, a different person than I used to be.
And that's a better person, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why is it important for you to be involved? Although, you're associated with the organizer, why is it important for you personally to have an involvement?
I feel I have been through so many things in my life that I have the opportunity to give testimonies on a wide spectrum of things to different people of all ages and races, and I think just, being able to show people that, you can change, and that, knowing God is not what people sometimes are told or perceive it to be.
What do you think that misperception is?
I think just the concept of religion and, having to be in a certain way and reforming and conforming to a certain type of behavior, attitude, and it's not. It's living life and just being positive and wanting to change things and just be different. And I don't think that there's a certain thing that you have to do that.
So I know that you're a giver. So if you were able to wrap up hope and give it to someone, who would that be?
I think it would just be me, just being me. Just showing my compassion and love and kindness to other people.
Who deserves hope?
Everyone.
Why?
Because I'm no different than anybody else, and he gave me a chance.
Why do you think God gave you a chance out of all people?
Because he loves me.
And if someone has never experienced that kind of love, could you describe what it feels like?
You can see it on my face. It's just an overwhelming feeling that nothing else can replace. Like, it's just this heaviness on your heart, and you just want to release it to everybody.
So if there are people who feel like they've nothing to offer, that the world has kind of forgotten about them, how do they get that feeling that you have, that it's going to be all right?
surrounding themselves with people, with other people that can show them that, and not secluding themselves to believe that there is no hope and that their life is over. God will bring the right people at the right time, and they just have to believe in that. And if you stick with them and stay by their side to show them that that just like God said He won't leave us or forsake us, if we don't leave other people, then we're acting out what He's written for us in His Word.
Have you always had this relationship with God?
No.
Was there a traumatic moment for you that changed it all?
I think just tired of I've always known, I think I grew up in the church, and so, as I became a young adult and I strayed from the church and I made decisions on my own, but consciously knew that those weren't the things of God, and getting to that point in my life where you say, okay, you know what, I know better, and you mature and you finally decide that you have to go with what you know is right and not go with what you want for yourself.
How long have you been saved?
Well, I was saved as a child, but I think that for me personally, I have been saved for probably about 3 years now, just because to me, the baptism and confirmation that I went through was not of my choice. It was, as other people say, out of obligation or, what you were taught. And so for me, being saved was making that decision at the time in my life that I did to actually have that relationship with God and want to live the way that He wants us to live.
Would you ever go back?
No.
So now that you are saved, and now that you have this hope, and we know that there are people all over who don't have hope, how do you love all of them? That's a lot of work to do.
I think as you sprinkle hope and love onto one person, that person changes and they become new, and they sprinkle that hope and love onto another person, and it's a trickle down effect. So if I'm able to maybe touch one heart, that person might be able to touch someone else, and so ultimately by me touching one person, now I may have actually touched hundreds or thousands of people by the people that I've come across in my life. So it's not about multitudes, it's just about one.
So that's what the Redefine Project is about.
The Redefine Project is about that and many other things, but I think ultimately if we can touch one person, then yes, that's all that, that matters.
Thank you.